Bay win the NFC South.
Happy Victory Monday, ladies and gentlemen. What's good? Let's talk some Tampa sports. 3 weeks in a row. God, that feels good. God. The Buccaneers beat the Raiders at home 28-13 in a game that honestly, I don't know if there's ever been a 28-13, a 15-point win that has felt closer than that one. I mean, the Buccaneers smashed the spread. The spread was like 6.5, and somehow it still felt like a close game even though they smashed that. I think the final score definitely does not tell the full story here. It wasn't a game like the Giants where you leave, the Bucs were dominant and you just say they left it all out there. They did what they needed to do against a bad team. Boom, we're good. And it wasn't like the Panthers last week where, honestly, it took some luck to squeak past the Panthers. It's somewhere in the middle. The Bucs handled their business 28-13, like I said, at home. That's all you need to do is win. All you need to do is win. And all the Falcons needed to do was lose. And indeed they did. They got smoked and Kirk Cousins returned to Minnesota 42-21. Sam Darnold throws for 5 touchdowns. And with that, your Tampa Bay Buccaneers are first place in the NFC South, which officially means we can now say the Buccaneers control their own destiny. Just keep winning. And you have zero worries. You don't have to look at the Falcons' record. You don't have to look at this team's record. Just keep winning, and you're in the playoffs. A lot easier said than done. This team started hot yesterday. It was perfect. Touchdown. Stop. With a big sack from Levante David. Touchdown again. It was just exactly what you wanted to see from this team. Coming out from what they did last week in Carolina. Not great. Still got the dub. You wanted to see them come out hot, and that's exactly what they did. It felt like at that point, Baker Mayfield was like 8 for 9, 100-something yards, 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. It felt like this game was going to be over by halftime. But here I am now a day later saying, yeah, the start was great. The ending to the game was great. But just too much inconsistency with these turnovers. Those middle 2 quarters were really not good. And it's getting to the point where it is starting to get concerning. I mean, you're turning the ball over against teams that really are not great teams. And going into this game, the Raiders, big headline, minus 18 in the turnover battle, minus 18 in the turnover margin. That's awful. That is terrible. They've only had 8 takeaways this entire season. 8. We are in, week 14? Only 8 takeaways, and just yesterday alone, they had 3 on just Baker Mayfield. 3 in one Sunday on one player. It's not good. It's way too inconsistent. It's not going to work against the team we're playing next week. It's not going to work in the playoffs. It just feels very different from the beginning of the season where he looked so comfortable, looked so decisive. And you look at what changed then to now, his security blanket is not here anymore. And when that first, maybe second read isn't there, there's no Chris Godwin. Just always open in the middle of the field, always open on a third down. I think there's a lot to be said about that, and it's not being talked about enough when it comes to, whoa, Baker, your interceptions are starting to pile up. Whoa, you're not getting the ball out. Whoa, you're scrambling when you don't need to scramble. I think there needs to be more talk about his safety blanket no longer being there, and he has to find a way to adjust ASAP. Anyways, hello, Jalen McMillian. His best game as a pro, 2 touchdowns, 1 streaking up the sideline. Baker throws a dot. Second one to end the game. Could have just walked in, perfect screen call from Liam Cohen with the cover 0 setup that the Raiders had, and it just worked out perfectly. He could just walk right into the end zone, high steps into the end zone. So 4 catches for 59 yards from him, 4 catches for 63 yards from Sterling Shepard, K. Dotton 3 for 70, Mike Evans 4 for 69. So Mike Evans did not reach the number that, we're obviously all aiming for, but it is nice that he finally got some help from the guys around him. Like I said, K. Dotton, 70 yards. Sterling Shepard, 4 catches. McMillian, 4 catches, 2 touchdowns. We know how bad Mike Evans needs that second guy or third guy to help him out. Chris Godwin's not here. He's not coming back. Someone needs to step up. Sterling Shepard has been the guy for the most part from the receiver position. It's nice to see the third-round pick making an appearance. Feels like we're saying this every game now at this point. Another great day from the rushing attack. Another 150-yard game. This is just, it's becoming regular, and this isn't a regular thing, especially in the city of Tampa. This run game has been rough for so long, and the fact that it's becoming routine to have this good of a run game is crazy. I'm going to put it out there every single week because I love this. Bucky Irving tries to give it a go at the start of the game. You could tell he wasn't 100%. He wasn't the Bucky that we all know. He ended the game 4 rushes for only 3 yards. That's not Bucky at 100%. But Rashaad White steps up for the Buccaneers. Fantastic day from Rashaad White on the ground. And the fact that you have two of these guys, maybe even 3, if they would give him some more chances, I think we could, say that definitively. But you for sure have 2 of these guys, studs. The Raiders are not some just walk in the park rushing defense like the Giants and the Panthers were. They're pretty middle of the pack in the NFL. But 17 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown for Rashaad White on the ground. That is a 5.3 clip. Fantastic. And then he also gets one through the air. So 2 touchdowns for Rashaad White, 2 for Jalen McMillian. Shout out to those guys. Big time. Let's go 1. I did get a little irritated at one point while at the game. I mean, obviously, the second and third quarter was very irritating, but with a couple of people sitting around me, Rashaad White, he hits the hole, boom, first down, Tampa Bay. Okay, everyone's celebrating, let's get it. And there's a couple fans sitting in front of me who have the nerve to try and start a "We Want Bucky" chant. Why are we doing this? You can have both Bucky Irving and Rashaad White, 2 good running backs, and enjoy them both. Why does Rashaad White have a good run and someone starts chanting "We Want Bucky"? Like, bro, if you're going to the game just purely as a Bucky Irving fan, okay, sure, I'll give you the pass. I saw Tom Brady fans doing it for years. But if you call yourself a Bucs fan and a Bucs player gets a first down and you're not celebrating that first down, instead you're calling on someone else, what are you doing? Both players play for the Buccaneers. One has a nice run, and instead of celebrating that nice run, that first down, keep the drive moving, you're on your knees clamoring for an injured Bucky Irving. Do better. I know it's a minuscule portion of the fan base, but I saw that and heard that, and I couldn't even respond because I was just like, what are you doing? Defensively yesterday, I feel like the word is shocking. The fact that the Buccaneers were able to keep Brock Bowers in check, under wraps. Only 3 receptions for the stud tight end. No KJ Britt, no JJ Russell at linebacker, so you're relying on Levante, and then Vi Jones there at safety. Antoine Winfield Jr. goes down early. No Whitehead, no Mike Edwards. Thank goodness Tyke Smith came back because what a hell of a game he played. But you really hampered there, and the guys stepped up. You cannot deny that guy only holding them 3 receptions. When you look at what he's done to the rest of the NFL, it's impressive. But yes, so huge shout out to Tyke Smith. What a big interception while guarding Brock Bowers in the red zone. Shout out Christian Izien, having to step up, play some safety, move around. Had a big play at the end of the game, tackling a guy in the flat. Kayvon Merriweather. The Bucs release him. He goes to Detroit's practice squad for a little bit. The Bucs re-sign him due to all of the injuries. And what a game he has. Second on the team in tackles yesterday. A sack. Should have had an interception. I thought he had an interception. All over the field. Very impressive. Shout out Kayvon Merriweather coming in and doing that. That's exactly what the team needed. Exactly what you would hope from a guy. Just step up, play your role, and that's exactly what he did. Some big plays yesterday from Kayvon Merriweather. Not letting that go under the radar. Not letting that. Overall, though, I mean, I feel like this season the Bucs defense has been, QB kingmakers. You see what Kirk Cousins has done against the Bucs, and nobody else. There's so many games where just Bryce Young threw for over 300. What, he had 330 yards last week against the Bucs. Ritter, O'Connell, they were not threatening really at all. The Bucs only end up giving up 13 points. That's fantastic. That'll pretty much win you any NFL game, especially an NFL game when the Bucs have the offense that they do have. Once again, they put up nearly 30 points. I have no complaints from the defense. I really don't know what to say. Usually I have a lot to say about the defense, but yesterday it was good. I mean, they held the Bucs in it for those second and third quarters. They could have let it slip away when the offense wasn't giving them anything, when the offense was turning the ball over. Shout out to the defense. But yeah, injury-wise, Antoine Winfield Jr., that's a massive blow. Once again, losing him, it sucks. It sucks. He gets that big contract. He goes out early and comes back, and now he's out again, saying multiple weeks. It's just like, dang, bro. We can't catch a break, especially in the secondary. We really cannot catch a break. Bucky Irving, like I said, he went out earlier in the game. Seems like it was just more of a precautionary measure. The team has confidence that Rashaad White could carry his load. He absolutely carried his load, and it pretty much just gives Bucky Irving an extra week of rest for his hip, back. My guy took a beating in Carolina, so I'm sure he could use the extra rest. With that Antoine Winfield Jr. injury, though, I mean, you hope Mike Edwards is good to go next week against the LA Chargers, and if not, it's Ryan Neal, and we're going to see a lot of talk all over social media about that because of what occurred last year with his play. Yeah, you really hope Mike Edwards can make that return next week after missing last game with injury. So, TBD. Massive game coming up next week. We said after the bye week, we looked at the schedule, we said, wow, there's a lot of pretty bad teams in there, but there's one pretty good team, and it is the LA Chargers, and that's the game next. So, I mean, it's a 3-hour time difference going to LA. It's a really good team over there, very good defense. I'm sure all Bucs fans watched the Sunday Night Football game last night, did a little bit of fan scouting there. So it's going to be a tough test for sure with that offense, that run game. I'll save everything for the preview. I got a lot to say there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave your comments down below. What were your guys' thoughts on the game yesterday? I do see some negativity, like, oh, we should have blew them out. I mean, the way it was going, it seemed like we were going to blow them out, but that inconsistency will come to bite you. It didn't bite you in this game. It didn't bite you against the Panthers. It will come if we do not break that spell. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. Go Bucs, and you all have a blessed one.